Hi. Okay. Hello, everyone. What I want you to do is close your eyes and pretend that you were at school and you see this one kid being mean to another kid. And this kid, who is the one receiving the hurt, is really nice, and he's one of the nicest people you've ever known. He helps you with your homework, and he's your closest friend, or one of your closest friends. And the person being mean to him is the school bully who bullies everyone for anything. He takes your lunch money and your pencils, and he is even being mean to your friend right now. And he's not being very nice, and you don't, yeah, and that's not good. Now, just take a minute and think about that and how you feel. Okay, now that you've thought about that, I want you to close your eyes again and think about this. So you're back at school again, and the same bully is being mean to another kid. But this kid, who he's being mean to, is someone you don't really like much. He's also mean, not as mean as the bully, but he called you a mean name yesterday, and you don't really like him, and he gets on your nerves, and you sit by him in class, and he annoys you all the time. And so you don't really like hanging out with him because he's mean to you, and why would you want to hang out with someone who's being mean to you? But he is being hurt by this other mean kid. Now, I want you to take a second and just reflect for a little bit and think about how that makes you feel. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel sad? Does it make you feel happy that he is getting what he quote unquote deserves? How does that make you feel? Just take a second and close your eyes if you want. Think about it. Okay, now both these kids are going through a rough time. They are both being made fun of, and they're being hurt by this mean kid who is a bully, and he's not very nice. But after the bully is done being mean to him, they go in their separate ways. And yeah, okay. Now that we have two stories, who would you help? Would you help the kid who is the nice kid, who is one of your closest friends, who's always nice to you and always smiles and says hi in the morning? Or would you help the mean kid? Would you help the mean kid who made fun of you yesterday, who called you a mean name? Who would you help? Or would you help both of them? Would you help both of them? Okay. Would you try to support these kids? Like, after they were done, when the mean kid was done being mean to them, would you go to them? Would you be nice to them and comfort them in their time of hurt? Okay, but why would you help the one guy who was mean to you? Why would you help him? He was mean to you yesterday. Why would you want to help him? He was getting what he deserves. He was being made fun of like he made fun of you. Well, in the Bible, it shows us that we need to love our neighbors. Love our neighbors. It doesn't just say love the people who are nice to us. It says to love our neighbors, and that includes everyone. The nice people, the mean people, the person yesterday that called you a mean name. This can be really hard to do because some people are really rude. Some people are mean. They are just not nice people to be around, and yeah, they just aren't nice. And so, but we are all broken and sin from time to time. You and me, we sin time from time. We make bad decisions. We aren't doing what God wants us to do. We are making some really bad decisions. And it's gonna be really hard, because but we all do it. But we need to carry out this command to love our neighbor as ourselves, because God showed us love, and we need to show that love too. So, in the story that we're going to be talking about today, it happens to be taking place in a city called Jericho. Jericho is a land filled with beautiful grass and greenery. It was near the Jordan River. And have you guys ever been near a river? Like, the place around the river are usually so beautiful, and the plants are so green and flowers everywhere because the land is filled with the water from the river. But in Jericho, people would have stores and trading centers because people would travel through Jericho to get to other cities. Jericho was in the middle of everything, and so people would travel through it. Like, if you're taking a road trip, you drive through other places to get to the place that you want to go to. And sometimes you would stop at, like, gas station or somewhere to, like, get food or get water or go to the bathroom, you know. And so Jericho was like that. It was like kind of like a gas station in a way. You would stop by and walk through Jericho to get to the place you want. And so Jericho had a government. It had a government, just like the U.S., the America, has a government that protects us, that keeps us from harm, has all these laws and rules and regulations. But Jericho had a government that was kind of corrupt. It wasn't good. It wasn't good for the people. The government had tax collectors who would collect people's money that they owed, and that part was fine, but the tax collectors took money for themselves. And that wasn't right. People earned that money. They really worked hard for that money, and the tax collectors didn't care. They took it anyway. They took their money away. And the tax collectors were not nice people. People did not like them, because why would you like someone who took away your earned money? You wouldn't. So yeah, would you like people who took money that you earned? I don't think you would. Okay, now I need some volunteers to dress up as some of the characters in the story I'm about to read. Okay, I need someone to play Zacchaeus. Okay, you in the blue shirt, you can play Zacchaeus. I need someone to play Jesus. Okay, you in the bluish shirt, you can play Jesus. And then I need some people to play the townspeople. Okay, you three are perfect. You there. Okay. So I'm about to read from Luke 19:1-10, and you guys will act it out. Okay. And these are the kids pretending to be the people. Okay. So Jesus entered into Jericho and was passing through. Okay. You move over here. Okay. A man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. And he was a chief tax collector and was very wealthy. He wanted to see who Jesus was, but because he was short, he could not see over the crowd. He couldn't see over these people. Too short. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore tree. He climbed it all the way over. Since Jesus was coming that way, he knew Jesus was coming. So when Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and saw that and said to him, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today." So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. Right there. All the people saw this and began to mutter, He has gone to be the guest of a sinner?" What? But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, because this man, too, is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and save the lost." Okay, you guys can go sit down. They sat down. Okay. So the first point I would like to make is that Zacchaeus sought out Jesus. Zacchaeus was a mean, short little man, and he had to take the energy to seek out Jesus. He had to climb the sycamore tree and use his energy to see Jesus. This just shows how much he wanted to see him. Even mean people can change. He desperately wanted to change. Mean people are usually mean because they are hurting and they want others to feel that hurt too. When people are nice to mean people instead of being mean back, they are more likely to change. We can see that with Zacchaeus. Jesus was so welcoming and friendly. Zacchaeus saw that and he wanted to change. When people actually care about you and are nice, they're more likely to change their ways. We can see this in our own lives. When people are mean in class and then the teacher goes and walks to them and talks to them and asks them why they're acting that way, sometimes they change for the better because they see that their teacher cares about them. Their teacher cares about them and wants to know why they're acting like that and wants to show them love. And the kids receive that. They receive that love from their teacher and they want to change and change their actions. Another thing I would like to point out from this story is that Jesus seeks out the lost and broken. Jesus knows our pain and our brokenness. Jesus went to Zacchaeus because he knew that Zacchaeus needed him and needed his help. Zacchaeus wasn't a follower of Jesus, and Jesus himself knew that. Because Jesus is all loving, he loves everyone, even the tax collectors, like Zacchaeus. He loves everyone, no matter what they did. And a way we can do this in our lives is be kind and loving to people because we are showing Jesus' love to people. And we can do this to everyone every day, and just being nice to everyone, showing a smile, showing compassion for people who are hurting in this world. By being kind and loving to others and showing Jesus' love can change their lives. Some people don't receive a lot of love. And if they receive that love, it can change their whole dynamic, their whole lives for better. They can see Jesus through you by your kindness, by what you say to them. Another thing that I saw in the story is that people weren't nice to Zacchaeus. They really weren't. They didn't like him. They called him well, he didn't in the story. But they didn't like him because he was a tax collector. He collected their money that they earned. They didn't like him. And people in this world are broken. This world we're living in, they are broken. And can be really mean, especially because Zacchaeus was a tax collector and he was mean, so they were mean back because that's what people do in this world. If people are mean, we are usually mean back, which isn't great. And this happens all the time in real life. It's easy to be mean back. It's the natural, I feel like it's natural for humans when someone's mean back to be nice. It's natural to be mean. It's not naturally usually easy to be nice to the person that's mean to you. It can be really hard because we are broken and we tend to do the mean things back. We need not to be like the people of this world. If we go by this world, we're going to be mean people and we're going to hurt more and more people. And it creates a cycle of just creating more and more people. And this world is going to be even more sad, more broken, and more lonely. We need to look at the example Jesus left us and not be the people of this world, but be Christ-like and do what he calls us to do. Through the story of Zacchaeus, we see that we need love. We need love. And we need to love our neighbor. We need to love everyone. Not just the people who are nice to us or our friends, but everyone. Even the people who say mean things to us and make us feel bad and just aren't nice to be around. We need to show them love because they need our love. They desperately need it. The best way for us to reflect the love of Jesus is to do what he did. Be those who are kind to everyone, to the tax collectors who are mean people, and share smiles with strangers. And we can sit by people who look lost. We can help those who are going through rough times in their lives. We can be that kind face who shows Jesus' love to them. Going back to the two stories of the bullies at the beginning, if you remember that, who would you help? Would you help the guy who is mean to you? Would you help the nice boy who was your friend, is your friend? Or would you help both of them? Because that is what Jesus does. We need to be loving no matter what. You can help the world be a better place by sharing love to everyone, to your neighbors, to your friends, to your family, to people you don't know, strangers. Showing God's love through you changes people's lives. It can change people's lives. You can change someone's life by being the kind face they see. So, my question I have for you is, how are you going to show loving your neighbor to other people? How are you going to do that? And thank you for listening.